Mike Curtin, running for County Commissioner. I think the biggest problem, it's been going on all year it seems, well for the last 4 or 5 months, is the budget. Come to find out that the $500,000 plus reserve that the county had about 6 years ago has been totally depleted, along with, according to the commissioner's financial report, there are another $350,000 in the hole, so that's $850,000 that's been frittered away in the county. Now, I say frittered away, I apologize, because I'm sure it was spent on things that needed to be spent on, but I think they had the final budget meeting, and they're working, all the rest of the department heads have been bending over backwards, working extremely hard with the commissioners to do a balanced budget for this year. And I just commend them all gratefully. I think the commissioners department maybe could use a little more trimming, but my point is that, you know, having run a small business and being running a budget for over 18 plus years, I feel that somebody like that needs to be on the commissioner's board to help get this problem resolved. They got band-aids on it right now, but long term they're not set yet, and that's where I think I would be the best possible person for that. My philosophy is more not reinventing the wheel, but working with the people in this county that have done this job before. I have talked with some of the retired commissioners, and I've talked with some of the retired financial officers we've had, and there's a wealth of information out there that can be gathered from these people and implemented to help get this back on track. I think you have to be willing to get out there, and I'm going to put as much enthusiasm into this job as I have with the car show the last few years, putting that over the top, and I want to do the same for the county, because the people of Mineral County deserve better than what we've been getting. Dealing with the employees, I think you have to do it face-to-face. You've got to be fair with treating everybody fairly, and honesty, utmost honesty with everyone, letting everyone know how it's portrayed there. The second part is this year we've seen a devastating strike in the Sheriff's Department this year, which I think really bothered and hurt a lot of the citizens in the county. And I think the commissioners, I think they dropped the ball on that one, and I don't think they handled that quite right. It should have been handled before the strike ever occurred, but they were unwilling to meet and negotiate with the employees, and I just feel that it could have been better handled. Thanks. But once again, back on the budget, I think you cannot spend money like Washington, D.C., because we don't have that kind of money. You have to be working within the means of your budget, and you have to run the budget just like every household in this community has to run their home budgets. You do it the same way, working within your means. And working with the Forest Service and tourism is an up-and-coming opportunity for us to make some more income. So these are things we have to look at, but first and foremost, once again, I think you have to eliminate all of the luxuries in the courthouse and stick to the basics, and let's get the basics down, and then when we can increase revenue, then we can maybe bring back some of these luxuries to make it a little better for the community. Thanks. Okay, I think the biggest part is that I was a small business operator for over 18 years, lived 23 years here in the community here, property owner, but managing and operating a budget in good times and in tough times, that's what you have to do as a small business operator, and I think that's what you have to do in a small community like ours where the revenue is low. And I guess that's about all. Well, to start off with, I feel that they have not been managed very well for our community. The stewardship program sounds like a real good idea, and I've been talking with Congressman Zinke's office about that because we had a stewardship timber in place for Tricon Timber, which would have greatly helped the community with jobs. And at the last minute, from what I understand, at the last minute, they pulled it out of the stewardship program and put it into a regular timber sale, and it just threw Tricon out of the running for a local timber that they have had to haul truckloads of logs over 600 miles to bring them in here keep the employees working. And if you look around the county, we have a tremendous amount of timber locally that I think that the commissioners have to work steadily and strongly, and I know Lori Johnson has been very instrumental in working with them, and I commend her tremendously. I really look forward to working with her because she is just out there all the time. And but I think the stewardship program sounds like a good deal, but they have to keep it in place, because then maybe Tricon can get back and putting a third shift back on, and bringing back a lot of jobs to the desperately needed jobs for the community. And thank you. First off, some of the plans I know of, we have Area 6 Agency on Aging. It's a great organization, and they've been helping seniors in the community for quite some time already. And there's also a Missoula Agency, Aging Services, that I think also could be tapped into if needed to help with funding for helping the seniors out. And then back again to make the county more productive and more revenue by bringing jobs to the community to help that way. Thank you. First off, it's no on I-177 because the trapping industry already is highly regulated already, and it's a revenue gather, and it's also management Fish, Wildlife, and Games. It's one of their managing tools for the wildlife. And it subsidizes some of the local families in the community that use trapping to subsidize their incomes. And for all these reasons, I do not see I don't see a reason to eliminate the trapping industry. Thanks. Once again, I'll be voting no on Initiative 182. I think they need to go back to the drawing board and rethink some of their positions. I'm sorry, I'm going off of some of my notes here. The bill that's in place now might not be the perfect fix, but I think 182 is not right for this community. And I could go on, but I think everybody has a right to do what they want to in their personal homes. But I don't know. I just feel that it's not the right fix for the community. They need to go back and redo that bill. Thank you. Initiative 116 is really a constitutional initiative, 116, where it is changing the state constitution for a single group. The Constitution was put into place for all the people, not just for select groups, and I don't think that's a road we want to go down, because if we do that, then I think every small group in the state is going to come forward wanting their own little piece of the Constitution to protect whatever their circumstances are. There are already laws in place, and I feel if they don't think those laws are strong enough, they should go to their Senate and Congress, who are going to be meeting this next year now, and have them put some stuff together and get bills passed that way, because the Constitution is not the place for this. Thank you. Okay, I cannot pick one of them. Constitutional Initiative 116, Initiative 181, and Initiative 177. All three of them will cost the taxpayers undue hardships in our community in a time where finances are not readily available. And like Initiative 116 will increase local spending for implementing some of the things in this bill, will cost the taxpayer in the community money. 181 down the road could cost tremendous amount of money for the taxpayer. Okay, Initiative 181 is kind of hard to explain it. It's just they want to implement stuff by selling bonds that will come back to haunt us, because those bonds are going to have to be paid back, and the taxpayer is going to be the one paying them back. And Initiative 177 is going to hurt us a little bit financially, because we do get some income from selling trapping rights. Thank you.